Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to?
Welcome again to Street Talk. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. And on Street Talk, we deal with political, social, and economics. Here in Michigan, across the U.S., and abroad. We have so much to talk about, but let me introduce my other guest here.
Paget Maynard.
All right. We got just so much to talk about. So which one to start on first?
How about election? That was a hot thing there just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, yes, it was.
Governors, lieutenant governor,
Mm-hmm.
House of Representatives, like
Yep.
in Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And the Democrats did a fabulous job
Mm-hmm.
in getting the people out.
Yeah.
We also see a large number of Hispanics, a large number of blacks,
Mm-hmm.
a large number of young people who deserted them last year, went back this time.
Yes, but you know, it's you know, we get this thing where in election, you know, when we get a president election, everybody comes out.
That's the big one.
Everybody, a lot of people stay home. So this is the thing, you know, the thing that irritates me is that we should be, especially blacks, on any kind of election, we should be there.
Blacks and women.
Yeah, you know.
Minorities and women, because it took a long time before a woman had the right to vote.
Well, hey, you know, it took 73 years, I think, 73 or 75 years, you know, for women to be able to vote.
It's a mighty long time.
But and we won't talk much about this, but the last election, instead of having 94% black women voting Democratic, 87% voted voted for, you know, Democratic. So we had a drop off there.
Mm-hmm.
And back in July last year, I kept saying it. And, you know, me and Dennis kind of going back and forward on that. But Trump had 2 times as many blacks, young men, voting for him this time than he did the last time. So, you know, and I won't mention the other stuff where we had some places.
Right.
Uh,
Like New York.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, some places where it was just a shame, you know, and it happened all over this country, you know.
Unfortunately.
So Trump is in there, and the people who voted for him, you know, and I feel for the people who didn't have anything and then voted for this fool, you know, thinking he was going to do something about their situation.
But you see, that's the one of the problems with politics and voters. The politicians come out and they make you all kinds of promises. And more than 50% of the promises they make you, they have no intention of keeping. And they know they cannot do anything about them.
Yeah.
But they make them anyhow. And people buy into that.
Mm-hmm.
Then they go out and they vote for this person because he said he was going to do this. And we saw it from this last presidential election. All these people went, and especially the Hispanic men,
Oh yeah.
Now you hear them crying. Well, he said he was going to do this. He said this. He said that. But you don't just take what a person say one time, because the man had a history
He got a history of lying.
of being Lionel.
Yeah. I mean, the man has been a liar ever since he's been grown.
No, before that.
You know.
He's been lying since he was a kid.
Yeah, he's the worst liar that'll ever be in this country. I don't care if it's 200 years from the day, man. He's the worst liar that'll ever be.
And that was the problem. They accepted his word, thinking, well, he said it, so that's going to make things better for us. But okay, for the Hispanics in particular, what has he done for you and your families since coming to office January? Picking up your people, treating them like trash, tossing them in some old camp. Now they got this place down Florida, what they call it? Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah, something like that.
Where the report of the food, quality of food they were getting, the whole total disrespect and poor treatment. You are picked up, even those who are here straight.
Yeah.
And now people have appointments with immigration office because you go in as you should. You saw the judge. They make this. They give you a paper. You walk with, telling you when you have to come back and everything. And right now, ICE people are standing and right there at the courthouse, waiting for you to come.
Well, lots of these people they're picking up don't get a chance to talk to a judge.
True. True.
I mean,
but it's bad enough that way. But worse, when you have already spoken to the judge, you already have an appointment to go back to court. You go back according to your court appointment, and you're whisked away. And not nicely either.
Well, the thing is that what irritates me, I guess, one of the things that irritates me is that all you got to do is be 18. Be 18
Well.
and be one of the worst fools it is, but still 18 years old, and you can get $50 for signing up.
$50,000.
$50,000. My mistake. $50,000. And here we got people with kids and all of that, and can't get the food and the things that promised to them.
You say that? That's one thing. We can talk a little more on that after. But what about people who have to be working and not being paid? Civil servants,
Yeah.
federal employees,
Yeah.
the air traffic controllers.
Right.
Look, this big delay and cancellation they had this week because so many people calling sick.
And the thing is that I heard, and I don't know how true it is, but a lot of these people are not going to get paid for the time that they worked. And
That's part of the thing was being said.
yeah,
But I am going to keep hope alive
okay.
that the people will be paid. Because if you're going to tell me you can't pay the people who are working in important areas as air traffic control, without them up there, you know the disaster you're going to have.
Yeah.
But you could find $40 billion to send to your friend
Yeah.
in Argentina.
Yeah. Yes. So what? I haven't seen one. It's been 3 weeks now since I seen a farmer talking on a show, and he was talking about the way they was getting now and how much money that they was losing and all this. But now, and you can talk more about it, but now Trump is getting China to buy beans and stuff from these farmers, but that's not happening right now. So what do they do until this
Ahmad,
happens?
we mentioned this before. I see farmers sitting there, crops rotting in the fields
Mm-hmm.
because they had no place to send them, nobody to buy them.
Right.
That's a crime.
Yeah.
Now, the Americans used to give like food and things to poor developing countries.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time there was a CSM, corn, soy, and milk.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a powdered form.
Mm-hmm.
And brother, I could tell you this much, man. You make a porridge with that, and you're full.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was not just belly full, but it was nutritious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The people who were getting it benefited greatly.
Mm.
Things like that could still have been going on.
Well,
So instead of the crops rotting in the field, they could have had them pay the farmers for their stuff and do it out. But instead of that, he wants to give 40 billion to this guy because
he likes him. Yes.
and he has this totalitarian attitude
Yeah.
that Trump likes.
Yeah. You know.
So,
I mean, maybe more people have caught on and know what this, what this man's goal is,
mhm.
He want to be a dictator,
He actually is a dictator.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes.
He hasn't been able to go to the full extent yet, but he's close.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And the problem is the Senate and the House they are allowing it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Because when they sit back and allow Trump to, they basically give up their rights to what they're supposed to do
Yeah. Yes.
and allow him to dictate. For example, his tariff. He doesn't have the authority to set tariffs.
No.
That's Congress.
Yeah.
But they said nothing, they did nothing.
No.
And what do you know? He's doing as he like. But hear this, booger. Those who oppose it, those who talk against it, he calls them fools. And he's saying that this tariff have made America more powerful and wealthier. In his mind, anything that Donald has to do, he always thinks it's superior to everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, you are not more respected, as you said, in this country, let alone the world at large. You might find a little respect, and it's not really respect, from you guys like Putin and
Yeah.
the fellow autocrats and so on.
Yeah.
They will say, good way. But they're laughing at him behind
yeah.
his back.
Yeah.
Because he's such a fool, he doesn't even know they're playing him.
Yeah. And that's the sorry thing about it, man, is that they're just using him, for whatever thing they're using him. Oh, we were good friends and all this, and they don't care nothing about this fool,
Ahmad.
They don't
Hear
care
this
anything.
now. Trump says he's going to give everybody $2,000 tariff dividend. Only the very wealthy are not going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
As if that was some grand stand for us.
Yeah.
Because they got more than $2,000. Some of them get more than $2 million
Yeah.
in
Yes.
that tax break,
Yep.
which they are making permanent.
Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, what they didn't stop to think, permanency is only until another government comes in,
Mm-hmm.
because they could change it.
Yeah. And they will.
They better. But then, talking about they will, Ahmad, look at what the Democrats, some of them at least,
Okay.
did just this weekend.
Yeah.
and agreed to go forward voting for the continuing resolution, even though they haven't had the Obamacare, Affordable Care Act, that wasn't resolved. And
it wasn't resolved?
No.
Okay.
Sorry. Durbin from Illinois said this bill, this one they just voted on, is not perfect, but it takes important steps to reduce this shutdown hurts. All right, we know this shutdown is hurting people.
Yeah.
You are standing up all this time saying, well, we know this is going to be, that is going to be, we need this resolved now. You spent 40 days?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
they must have been in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't get 40 years like Moses.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
But when you're going to use this, and talking, this was Angus King saying, we still have a chance. Part of the deal is a vote on the ACA subsidies. A lot of people are being hurt. Yes, we know that. Meanwhile, they're being hurt. You are standing up that they have to get this done before we vote to open the government.
Yeah.
But you take Donald Trump's word
You know, that's
and
what,
the Speaker of the House. Look what the Speaker did. He sent home all the Republicans.
yeah.
They didn't even stick around to say, well, let us try to do something.
you know, that's and somebody told me this morning that Democrats was calling in, man. This guy was listening to this show on FM radio. Anyway, he was saying Democrats was calling in mad, man, and why shouldn't they be? For all of these days, people been suffering and going on, and then all of a sudden, Democrats then, and they haven't got anything to show for it. You know?
The amazing thing is, just Tuesday,
Okay.
people went out to vote and voted the Democrats
Yeah.
in positions because they knew what was going on. The Democrat made some promises. They're going to do this. And they had all this big thing. And lo and behold, they went and voted with Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, with all due respect, nobody should go back and vote for them.
Hey, man.
But then, bad as they are, they're still a better option than Republicans. That's
yeah,
my point.
But the thing is that I always go to November next year. You know, if we get this kind of a thing that end up favoring Trump, what's going to happen next year in November? You know, we might not get one of the houses back.
You may not even have a next November to vote.
Yeah, he's working on. That's what he's working on right now. You know,
We know it long
Yeah.
ago. No, this one person here said, and you know it kind of Masto from Nevada. Too many Americans, hard-working individuals, seniors, children, were suffering. We know that.
Yeah.
Lots of people suffering. We can open the government and we can still fight to address this looming healthcare crisis.
Fight to. I mean,
Brother,
yeah.
when you open it, what you can do?
Yeah.
The chicken is out.
Yeah. You know, I mean,
There is no incentive for them to come back to you and talk to
No.
you. And let me show you this other one here. And this was from Maggie Hassan, New Hampshire. Congress has 1 month to engage in serious bipartisan negotiations to extend the Affordable Care Act's expiring tax cuts. They got 1 month. Well, what happened to the 6 weeks
Yeah.
of shutdown that you should have been doing this?
Yeah. Yes, you know, it's just, man, it's so just so stupid, man. What these Democrats? But I heard about a few weeks ago that in certain places, certain Democrats was getting some kind of backlash, you know, in certain places. I think it was 4 or 5 places where Democrats was getting some kind of backlash, you know. But
They ought to.
the thing is this, Patrick. People are hurting, and you know what? People have been hurting before this. You
Yeah.
know, people
People been always hurting.
Yeah, yes, you know. I mean,
But Ahmad, the thing is, when you pile on unnecessary hurt on people, that is when it becomes egregious. I would like to say stink.
yes, that's true. That's true. But the thing is that these people who voted, who come over, these Democrats who come over to vote for Trump, I would hope the people who lives in these areas where these Democrats went over and voted, I would hope that they never ever vote for this person again. You know.
The Democrats better find other people.
You know, because
Go ahead.
because the thing is that if they did it then, they'll
Who's to
do
stop them?
it. They're going to
What's
between
there to stop them
between
next
now
time?
and November next year. You watch, something else going to come up. A few things going to come up where they have to vote again, and all I can say is watch them.
Let's see if Johnson gonna call the House back in session. But Bernie Sanders, I'm voting no on the continuing resolution. He said that would double health care premiums for 20 million Americans, kick 15 million people off Medicaid, and allow 50,000 Americans to die unnecessarily every year. All of this is to give $1 trillion in tax breaks for billionaires. So you think the $2,000 he gonna give you is anything?
It's nothing. It's nothing. But see, this is another thing. Where we get we get jammed up, you know, because a lot of people out there, gonna get $2,000, you know,
looks good in your pocket.
you know,
But then what else?
but a bunch of people they already owe that. When they get that, it's already gone.
Your rent that you couldn't pay.
You know,
Now you're 3 months behind.
yeah, you know.
$2,000 it could hardly pay half
Yeah,
of the rent.
Right, you know. So again, man, we've got, you know, and I hate to say it, some foolish people here in this country, you know. I mean, they're just foolish, you know. They're gonna go on and they're gonna be upset and we got $2,000.
You mentioned the SNAP earlier, the food program.
Mm-hmm.
Donald Trump was told by the court to release the money.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
They say, okay, you don't have to release all one time.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to placate.
Right.
But now he gone to the Supreme Court again to put a halt,
Yeah.
stop everything.
Yeah.
So that the same people you just voted
Mm-hmm.
so that they can get this.
Mm-hmm.
The same man you went to and said we could talk later.
Mm-hmm.
He has gone this morning and put in gone to the Supreme Court asking them to stop it completely.
Yes, yes, you know, and see, that's the reason. One of the reason, you know, the people got to vote one of those houses. We got to get one of those houses in November next year.
Well, if they're acting the way they're acting and voting the way they're voting, I don't see who can willfully want to go put them back in there.
I don't either. But we gotta get one of those houses. You know, we just simply got to get one of those.
Donald
houses.
Trump asked the court to undo full benefits. Undo that.
Yeah,
Stop giving them.
yeah,
And you, our representatives,
yeah,
voted because, oh, well, people are hurting. Well, they're going to hurt worse because the man says stop giving.
yeah, yeah. You
But
know?
he giving 40 billion.
Yeah, yes, you know, and but it shows you this is a fool who don't care anything about the people, man. You know, only the people who working for him do he care anything about. You know, and his family. All the rest of the people out here, you know, and everybody who didn't vote for him, oh, he's trying to do something to get him. You know. What kind of fool is this, man? Supposed to be a president, you know? I mean, really?
A stupid fool.
Yeah, you know? I mean, it's outrageous. We got a fool here who want revenge. He's supposed to be the president. President's supposed to look out for everybody, man, you know? And we got this fool in, oh, I'm going to get him, you know?
Yeah. And you see, maybe somewhere along the line he is right to do that. Maybe. Because they allowed him to. They proved themselves to be weaklings. Don't tell me you're going to spend time arguing for this. The people are behind you. You're hearing what they're saying, but then you turn around and go and vote for the very thing you were just going against.
Yeah. Yes, you know. And you know, I don't have these men name, but you,
I got them.
But you got them.
I got them.
And maybe you can give them to me at some time.
You tell me all of those who voted with the Republicans to get that thing through. And
right.
I promise you this, people are going to be worse off now that it's passed.
Yes. I mean, what do you know? What do they have to worry about now? What do the people in Washington have? You know, hey, we got it signed now. We got Democrats gonna come over. You know.
Hopefully, when the next shutdown comes, it would be determined that the politicians in Washington cannot be paid until they're back to work.
Well, that's one of the things that it just sickens me to think about. People are not getting paid, haven't been paid for weeks, and they're instead of getting paid in Washington.
And I can tell you, man, we have a lot to think about. We need to make sure we help people to understand what's going on.
We got to. All right. My time is up. Our time is up tonight. But catch us again. My name is Ahmad Shakaraki. We catch it again at the next block for more Street Talk. Peace.
Don't let anybody make you think that God chose America as his divine, messianic force to be a sort of policeman of the whole world. God has a way of standing before the nations with judgment, and it seems that I can hear God saying to America, you are too arrogant. If you don't change your ways, I will rise up and break the backbone of your power, and I'll place it in the hands of a nation that doesn't even know my name. Be still and know that I'm God.